Previously on Nina Does the Most, we talked about a whole lot of stuff, but I'm gonna be real with you guys. Y'all only like to watch when I talk about the juicy tea of being in the adult industry. I try to teach you how to lay a baby hair. You're like, I'll come back to that. Add to watch later. So today we have my friend MJ, aka Texas Garden Fairy, because she has all the tea about dating wealthy men. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't have that tea. I have only dated a few, and they were so stingy. They mean, they rude. All of that. So we're gonna get right into it. Y'all ready? Let's go. Every single day I get on my live. Do you want to have kids? Do you want to get married? Are you dating? Y'all be all up in my bed trying to know the tea. But I need help. Bruh. You guys know Jayla tried to hook me up. Well, she gave me the keys to the streets when it comes to like a matchmaker and also dating websites, but I still haven't been having any luck. So I had to pull out the big guns here. Okay, no, I literally found you from dating videos.
That's
found
primarily
her.
what I make, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm cute and stuff, but I don't know.
Very cute.
Thank you.
I make videos about dating and about educating women on how to get the most out of their dating life. Because you can be this beautiful and still feel like you're not getting everything that you would like or deserve out of your dating life. Empowering women, putting them on game on how these men actually work, because it's not inherent. It's not like a given. It's an art.
Okay, my question is, how did you learn how men work then?
First of all, I read books. And then I'm someone who analyzes people. I feel like I've dated enough men. I've gone on enough first dates, and I've dated in LA, which is like the boot camp of dating.
When was the last date you went on?
2 nights ago. Yeah.
Okay, wait. How many dates have you been on this year? It's March.
And I've been trying not to date this year, but I would say with like new people or like total?
Total.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, new people.
4 or 5? Yeah.
This is what I mean.
And this is me actively trying not to date. But these aren't even men. I'm not on dating apps. These aren't even men that I found. They found me.
Okay. She's been on 4 to 5 dates this year. I have been on.
That's okay. You've been working.
I'm working because I don't have any dates. Girl.
No, but I'm trying to get like you. That's the thing.
Charcuterie Bay.
Charcuterie Bay.
That's it.
What's Charcuterie Bay?
Shit. Okay, we need to talk real quick, TikTok. So I'm on a date right now and it's going really well. Like, he's so cute, and like the way he looks at me. And why is he a fire sign? I'm a Sagittarius. He's an Aries. He's just like me. Like, he's just like, and he brought me flowers. He brought me flowers and a joint. I'm like, bro, you know what I like. We just left we at Crustaceans. He's in the bathroom right now. I think this is my husband. Don't laugh. No, it's okay to laugh. But he was like, you want to go get some ice cream? And I'm like, yeah. So now we're going to go get ice cream. I'll let you guys know how that goes. First of all, I need you to just give us the tea. I know that the girlies be trying to charge for this information, but can you just tell me, like, where, at least in LA, where do you go and meet guys? How are you meeting these guys?
So the guy I went on a date with a couple nights ago, I was shooting content at the Beverly Hills Hotel. If you're trying to meet wealthy men, stay in wealthy areas and don't have your nose in your phone. Like, look approachable and be sociable. Go to places that have the kind of men that you'd want to meet. So I was at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I was shooting content with my girlfriend, and this attractive man walks by. And when he walked by, he looked at me, and what did I do? In the eyes. Eye contact. Hold the eye contact. Give a little smile. I'm not saying you got to go up to men, but if a man's interested in you and you give him a little eye contact, a little smile, he's going to talk to you. And he talked to me.
And how did that end with a date?
He just asked us what we were doing. We're like,
we're shooting content.
And he was like,
I don't have social media, but I would love if you sent me something that you shot today. Here's my number.
They'll find a way to work it in. Listen, they're not new to this.
No, girl, the problem is Charcuterie Bay did that to me too. So where did I go wrong?
So what happened?
Okay, so I'm literally only calling him Charcuterie Bay, you guys, because this diva of a man didn't want anyone to know that, like, what he does for a living. He's a chef. Like he's not even,
Oh, Charcuterie Bay.
you know, like a charcuterie board. So that's why he got that nickname. Now, this is where we messed up.
Okay.
He found me on Instagram.
Okay.
That is already where the whole thing has been sabotaged. Because if you found me on Instagram and you find me through a hot photo, you're gonna assume
Fair enough.
something.
Yeah.
Whereas if you meet you in person,
Right.
there's nothing to assume except you're here taking a photo in your pretty dress.
Right. And that's kind of inescapable for you because like all of your photos, you're looking hot. Your Instagram is like your portfolio.
Yeah.
You're like, it really sets the tone for like who approaches you and how they approach you.
So would you say it's like not safe to prospect in the DMs?
For you, no.
Okay.
Just because people are probably thirsty. You're
Got it.
looking fine on there.
Yeah, and you know what? That's totally fine because that guy had been the first guy I ever even responded to in the DMs for a long time. I usually don't even go in the DMs.
Right.
Because it's all creeps.
And here's the thing with this guy too. We went on a date, but that's the last date I'm gonna have with that guy. Because the minute I see a red flag, I'm out.
Girl, what's the
I don't-
red flag?
He uttered the words, which I was like, that is so funny. We hung out with each other all day, which first of all, that was my first mistake. I should not have been with that man all day, but he flew in just for one day to hang out with me. He flew in from Dallas to go on a date with me and then was gonna fly back the next day. So I was like, all right, let me go spend some time with this man. He did all that. He's boring, first off. You have to be smart, you have to be funny. He was like super, super rich, which is like smart, funny, rich, that's a trifecta. But if you're so boring, I don't care how rich you are, that's gonna be hard for me to like.
What
hang
a
in there.
drag.
And then he mentioned something like about buying bags and how his ex-wife had all these purses. And he was like, one day, if we get married and I buy you purses, I said, wait a second, we got to get married for you to buy me a purse? And he was like, well, yeah, I don't want to come across as desperate, da da da. I was like, sir, you spend $30,000 on a private plane to fly here to go on a date with me for one day. That's not giving desperate. It's not like he couldn't afford a purse. He just didn't.
What? Time out. You see why she's on the couch today? Seriously.
No, tea. But then he said, he didn't say, what were you bringing to the table? First of all, I'm 20 years younger than you. He said, you have to bring something to the table. And I said, second of all, sir, I'm 20 years younger than you. What are you talking about? Bring something to the table. You flew here for one day to go hang out with me.
On a private plane?
Yeah.
And you have to bring something to the table.
Just because of that, I'm out. Because I know, because what happened with your ex?
Bruh.
All I got is a Chanel bag after 7 years.
And what else? Trauma.
Exactly.
Trauma.
That is exactly.
And those little indicators will show, like, that's enough for you to say, no, it's not for me.
You're right.
The minute they show a red flag, you're out. You're out, which is why I've gone on so many dates because I'm not
Exactly.
hanging around.
It's strict around here now.
It's very strict.
It took me a little longer than you, but it is now strict around
You
here.
couldn't listen. Being strict is very important because you will waste your time. You get all wrapped up with somebody, and when you're wrapped up with somebody, it's hard to break free.
So I have a question. Let's get into the topics today. I
Okay.
wish I had cue cards, you guys. I need to bring everybody over to sit on the couch with my cue cards now. Okay, the first question is, would you date a guy who did have all those things, who was funny? You know, the rest of the trifecta?
Right. Really
without
funny,
the
really
rich.
smart.
Funny, smart, good looking, but not rich.
I always forget good looking. That's like my fourth. Like just barely hanging in
Yeah.
there. Not if he was broke. He would have to be ambitious. My most recent ex-boyfriend didn't have a ton of money, but he was super handsome, super smart, super funny. Wasn't filthy rich, but he was ambitious. He was on the road. You know what I mean? You got to be on the road because I'm gonna lap you, and men don't like when they're lapped.
The way she talks is like, yo, I'm over here like, men, this week I want to teach you the perfect haircut and how to plan a date. She's like, you're gonna get lapped.
Maybe when I'm 45 and I want my little 25-year-old boyfriend, yeah, sure, you can be broke, but this is my prime years. What do
No,
I
you're
look like?
absolutely right.
I live in LA. Everyone's hot and smart and funny.
You're absolutely right.
And some
Okay.
of them are rich. So I'm going to start there. And if I run out of those people, then maybe. But I haven't yet.
Periods. I gotta weigh the pros and cons on this situation because everybody remembers Russian Bae from season 1 in Bali. Season 1 in Bali, I dated this poor Russian. We nicknamed him Russian Bae. So me and Russian Bae were having a time together. We went to Singapore. We did a lot of things in Bali that really got me acclimated there. And I fell in love with that man. The problem is he was so broke that not only was he like, I want you to come down to my level. It's, you know, I want the $17 French toast. He's trying to make me eat 80-cent street food from the vendor carts. I don't want bakso. I want French toast. And he's like, well, I can't afford French toast, so you can't have it. But I can afford French toast.
Yeah.
That alone, having the power to make my own decisions, even as small as breakfast, was emasculating to him because he was so broke. And he like was so sweet other than that. But that was the biggest rift in our relationship. I said, I can't move forward. I tried to make an exception for you. Imagine getting out of a relationship with a big multi-mega millionaire celebrity, still stingy, but there's certain things I never have to ask for.
For sure. It's a different lifestyle.
Like I never have to ask for like a flight. If I need to fly home from somewhere, he would take care of that for me. You know, I never have to ask for like, what are we eating? It's anything I want when it comes to stuff like that.
You look at the menu items before the price tag.
Exactly. But this guy, it's like, no, we need to look at the menu that's out by the door before we even walk inside. After that, I said, I don't think I can do broke men anymore because broke men are really angry.
Yeah, they are. And they'll bring you down and they'll sabotage you. They're very, like, your success breeds insecurity within them because it threatens their masculinity. And another question or another point for you, what happens when and if you get pregnant?
Girl.
So you're going to be the breadwinner and you're going to be the one carrying a baby in your body and giving birth to that baby? I'm guessing this man doesn't have maternal instincts or paternal instincts. What happens then?
And he had a son too. And
how was that relationship with his son?
Well, eventually his baby mama and his son moved to Bali, but for the first year, they were back in Russia. I get it. Y'all want to be a happy family for the sake of your son.
Right.
But you moving your baby mama down here, and as a man, you don't have a financial plan is nuts.
And you have a son?
And you have a son, and you're trying to entertain a new girl.
If I had a child and my money wasn't right, it would get right very quickly. And the world is set up for men to succeed. How am I succeeding as a woman and you as a black woman and you're a man and you're not succeeding? That's a laziness thing at that point.
Exactly.
And is that attractive?
No. After I seen him eat a whole chicken in Singapore and I paid for it, when I tell you I was so turned off, everybody remembers the 30 kebab story. And then the next night he had 30 kebabs and he left his wallet in Bali and I paid for everything. I paid for the hotel, I paid for all the transportation, I paid for the food. And his best excuse was, I left my wallet in Bali, sorry.
That's crazy. You get access to a woman and she's paying for all your shit?
Imagine you're in a suite in Singapore at the Indigo Hotel, getting down and dirty with your dream girl on her
she's
dime.
Paying for everything.
What a come up.
Dude,
it came up so hard. That didn't last too long.
And you think that man's not going to manipulate you?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
So I guess that answers our question is no, regardless of all the other things, you could be good looking, funny.
I'll be alone.
If you don't have that check.
I'm good looking and funny and smart. Why would
baby,
I need
you
a
got
man
to go.
There?
You gonna tell me I can't have French toast?
And again, you can make if you're all those things, you can make this and you support me, we can make the same amount. But you're not gonna make less than me.
No.
That's crazy.
And then still try to call the shots. That's the problem, is the uneven power dynamic.
Oh yeah. If you're cleaning my house in a maid outfit, then maybe we can talk about me like paying for some things.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
So my next question. Oh my God, would you rather be a rich man's girl or be the rich man yourself?
Be the rich man myself. 100%. And I think it all depends on your personality. There are some people who are like, listen, I just want to be led and I just want to live a soft life. That's not me. That becomes very boring. And you're going to look back on your life and you're going to be like, what the hell did I do with my life? Just like go to Pilates and Erewhon. Like, I don't know. I think that's loser shit.
She's blowing my mind right now.
I'm all for men paying for women and I'm all for women having a easier, softer life due to men. But if you do nothing with your life, like if you're not making any of your own money and you're just riding off of a man's coattails, like that's loser shit. Or play in your face, what are you going to do?
I mean,
nothing.
You're absolutely
right. There goes your dignity.
I think there's something to be said about that loser-ish. It's almost like if you're a woman who doesn't have to worry about anything, if you're a kept woman, yeah, it's easy for us to talk about them because we already know the statistics.
Overwhelmingly.
But if you don't consider the statistics, if you just consider what it means to be a human, this is when the oogly moogly sparkly talk comes in. But if you just consider what it means to be a human, we're not meant to work hard and pay bills. We're meant to literally experience the earth each other, the experience. And while some people's experience might look like waking up, making YouTube videos, and going hard, balls to the wall, other people's human experience might just look like, taking that jacket from your man when he gets home and taking pride in looking cute for your date night. It's not me, it's not you, but there's something that I can't deny about women who want that. I get it. You just want permission to be.
You don't have to go hard on YouTube. Paint something. Have a hobby. It doesn't even have to be like you're making a ton of money, but have something.
Yeah.
And have your own money. Just have something where you can have your own money, because it would be irresponsible to advocate for women to just rely on their husband or their boyfriends.
I think the only reason why I even played devil's advocate with that is because I used to be that girl, and I was never like a stay-at-home wife.
Me too.
Everybody knows, like, I was a wife with a job and duties and responsibilities. That gave me purpose. But I knew a lot of stay-at-home wives, and so I could get into their minds of like just the relaxing feeling of rest. But after being married, I definitely think I could never ever rely on a man again, because we never even argued, and I trusted him, and that ended before my very eyes.
Yeah. See, there's nothing you can do.
It's not like there were signs where I could prepare.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, it's starting to get a little rocky. Maybe I need to set aside a nest egg. I didn't have that.
Yeah.
And I needed his income. We were very, very solid 2 income, not 1. So we needed each other's income. Or at least I needed his. He had the military and all those extra benefits. But
right. And more because you guys were married.
Exactly. So we needed each other. But now I'll never be in a position to rely on a man again, because now you have to focus on how you make this person feel all the time. That's the problem with being a stay-at-home wife or like a woman who depends on a man. Now you have to walk on eggshells just to make sure your meal.
Yeah, you're a prisoner. Like it can be that deep, and it can be that heavy in certain situations. I've seen it up close. But I think the reason why it's better to make your own money is, even in like less extreme scenarios, a lot of women can't handle going from a life of Birkin bags to being back at Steve Madden. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my God.
Like, and that's very real. And there are women who spend their best years with a man, and that's the lifestyle that they're used to. And that man, like you experience, at any moment can be like, I'm over it.
Yeah, I'm over this.
And he's the one with the cards. He's the one with the money, so he can do that. So while you have the access to those resources, I think it's in women's best interest to use those resources to at least generate some kind of income for themselves. And there's so many different ways you can do that. Be the rich man. Honestly, it's 2025. Like, women are coming up. I want to be a part of that.
This is why I need a part-time boyfriend, though, because every now and again, when I grow balls too close to the sun, I just wish I had somebody, that maybe could come and just pay my rent just once. Wow. Just so I could just take a minute.
They're there. They don't even have to be your boyfriend. There are men that'll do that for you just because they're happy to do that for you.
Let me know in the
how
comments.
To find them.
Girl, what's up with these helicopters? I keep looking.
They're looking for us.
Not us. She's totally dissociated.
I know. You good?
No.
She's having flashbacks.
She's having flashbacks
of her bullying from Dasher.
She's having flashbacks of Taiwan.
Vietnam.
No, Taiwan.
Taiwan. Oh, I thought you were making it. Okay.
No.
I was like,
no. When she had to
what happened in Taiwan?
Girl, does she know any of my lore at all? We're gonna have to sit and have a lore talk.
Do you know my lore?
No, we're gonna have to have a lore talk.
We'll have a lore talk.
Listen, if you want me to have MJ back on my YouTube channel, please let me know down in the comments. Also, if you made it to this part of the video, I need you to answer the 2 questions. Question number 1, if the man had everything else, would you date him if he was broke? Good looking, smart, ambitious, but broke as hell, girl. Let's add a little extra to it. Broke as hell and he in debt. Okay, second question. Would you rather be the rich man's girlfriend or have the things on your own? And we're not judging. We listen and we don't judge. If you say, I want to sit at home, get my toes done on somebody else's Amex, I'm not going to judge you. As you can see, I'm capable of seeing both sides.
And you can do both too.
Exactly.
That's what I'm doing.
We might have to break this into a part 2. Come back for part 2, you guys. I can't wait